Flagman Dwayne Blair is going to set them loose right here. Out of turn 4, we are green flag racing. Brian Mattier was asleep at the wheel on the start, allowing the 75B of Marcus Black to take off and put a quick lead between he and second place. 42K, Kerry Gilly's been running solid all year. He's going to look to the inside of Mattier out of turn 4. Drag racing, a 1 and 2 advantage going into the corner is going to be Gilly in the 42. Spot and advantage out of turn 2. Down the backstretch we go. Mattier shaking the cobwebs off, first time in the car here in 2019. But there's one man who doesn't have many cobwebs, and that is the 75B of Marcus Black. He is looking to be moving up into the limited modified class after tonight. He's going to see how he sits after the feature here. He is on the cusp of being moved up. And right now, looking at how this heat race is going, he seems to have a pretty good understanding of how that car works. Arguably may be losing that rookie status. But here comes a 42K of Kerry Gilly. Gilly has reeled in the 75B of Marcus Black. He may run out of laps, but one mistake by Black will give it away. Two laps to go for your race leader, Mr. Marcus Black in the 75B. White flag waving out of turn number 4. One more lap and 4 more corners for Marcus Black out of Lumberton, Texas. It doesn't look like lap traffic's going to come into play. That's the 22B of Brittany Owens ahead of him. Marcus off the top of turn 4. Checkered flag, Marcus Black. And the green is up and the hammer is down. It's showtime. Gilly and Black door to door going down into turns 1 and 2. Gilly has the advantage around the top of the racing surface and the spot down the backstretch. .50 of Brian Mattier pulls into the infield. We're left with 3. Kerry Gilly, 75 Marcus Black, and the 22B of Brittany Owens. Gilly with a great run on the top of the racing surface. Marcus Black on the chase. Mistake there on the exit of turn 4. Black again with a mistake there atop of turns 3 and 4, getting into the dust of the cushion. Losing a little bit of ground on the 42 of Kerry Gilly. Gilly may be looking at his first feature win. If he can hold on to this one, keep it nice and smooth. Cross flags halfway home for the 42K of Kerry Gilly. 2 laps to go for your race leader, Kerry Gilly, in the 42K. On the heels, the 75B of Marcus Black. One more lap and 4 more turns for the 42K of Kerry Gilly. Black trying to do what he can to work his way around that fast 42 here tonight in the A-Main. Into turn 3 and out of 4. Put it together, headed to Rush Truck Center victory lane for the Rookie Limited Modified A-Main win, the 42K of Kerry Gilly.
We was at, and they're off. Track Dog taking out there with a good lead going on. Shane looking at the high side. Randy Steinbecker coming in there like that, trying to get by Chunk. Steinbecker and Chunk, all 3 of them run together. Look at that race for second place. Oh, little bump with a 7 car and a 7-7 having to check up, causing him to lose a spot. Trying to be courteous. Track Dog checking out on. They're sure making it tough on him to get through in that 7 car, trying to find his way through there. Got a good race in that second spot. 22 car looking at the inside, running down the back straightaway, moving up in that second spot. Let's see if he can make it stick. 7 car running there a little bit hot. 22 car seeing if he can hold it. 7 car looking at the bottom, coming out of 4. Look at that Chunk in 22 running in that second spot. That car's for sale if you want a good race car. Shane looking at the bottom of 7 car, trying to move to third spot on Randy Steinbecker, making it by Track Dog out there cruising in the 40 car. Shane looking at the bottom, trying to get by Chunk here. All right, how about our rookie back there making a move? Got a good race going on with Kerry and the rookie back here in that 11 car. He's having a ball, I'm sure, first night out. Looks like we're going right, all right. Shane looking at the inside, going by halfway, this time by for the Track Dog out there cruising to the lead. Shane trying to find something in that 7 car to get by Chunk in a 22 car. That rookie's holding off. A guy's been doing this a long time in that 22 car, looking good. Shane looking at the high side down the back straightaway for that second spot. That's a race on the track right now in that second spot. Chunk getting out of shape. See if he can get her back underneath him. He gets him back underneath him. Did he lose enough speed? Nope, he holds on to it. Shane driving in there trying to find his way by that 22 car. Just can't find it. Oh, at 22 going around on his own. Giving up that second spot. What a good job. See if he can get her going. He's going to get her rolling. He got off the track. They're bringing the yell out. Going to let him go back up. All right, this ought to make it interesting. Randy Steinbecker trying to get back out. They're off and running. Got a good run going here. 11 car trying to find his way in there. Randy getting that spot back, see if he can make it stick. Shane looking at the bottom. Randy moving back to the deal. 40 car having a little bit of trouble getting through. Chunk trying to find his way back up there toward the front. Shane looking at the high side around a 777. Closing the gap up on the 40 car. I believe we got 2 to go this time by coming. Nope. Oh, Randy getting a little bit out of shape. 7 car going in there. Randy looking at the bottom. We got a race going on up there for that second spot again. Track Dog run out there by himself. Oh, Dwayne having a little trouble in his car. Shane inheriting lead. Let's see if he can hold it off. Got some hard chargers behind him. 2 to go this time by for Shane in the 7 car. Hate to see the Track Dog go off like that. Shane pulling off the heat race win here tonight, looks like. White flag out for Shane this time by. We hope the 40 car can get his stuff straightened out for the feature. Shane looking good in a 7 car. Them other car looking pretty good. How about that rookie in the 11 car running that 3rd spot in this heat race? Chunk trying to get back up there. White flag for Shane Jenkins that time by Kerry Carmen, the 8 car, trying to get her stuck down. Shane getting a little gap way out there. Checkered flag in a flagman's hand for the 7 car. Shane Jenkins from Vidor, Texas. Randy Steinbecker running at 2nd from Lumberton, Texas. A rookie in the 11 car running 3rd. How about that? Give him a big hand. Shane Jenkins, a winner in the 7 car. All right, green flag, and they're off. Are we looking at the inside from way back yonder, going in there, coming in. Jordan Taylor, leader, going in the first turn. J.D. Wenzel. Oh, Jordan getting down there a little bit low. They all having to check up to stay off of him, doing a little courteous driving. Look at J.D. Wenzel down the back straightaway, taking the deal. Jordan a little bit out of shape, giving J.D. a chance. Aubrey Taylor looking at the bottom, trying to get by Jordan in the 10 car to 21 car. J.D. Wenzel pulling out good. Got a good race going there for that 2nd spot. Don't count Jeremy out there in the 17 car yet. He'll get rolling. Side by each. Aubrey Taylor taking that 2nd spot. If he can make it stick, getting a little bit out of shape coming out of there. J.D. Wenzel out there cruising to the front. J.D. Wenzel having some car trouble last week, got her going. Aubrey Taylor in second. Jordan Taylor in the 21 car. Jeremy Buxton trying to get his stuck down. Wayne McAllister standing right there with him in a 17. The other 17 dwarf car. We got a 17 Mod Light and a 17 dwarf. J.D. Wenzel in the 88 car out there cruising. Aubrey trying to reel him in. Jeremy looking at the high side around the 21 car. Look like we're going to have a spot change at third. Jeremy rolling in there at third spot, getting her going. Oh, Jordan getting a little bit out of shape down there, but saving it. Wayne having to check up to stay off of him. Jordan having to pull infield. Halfway this time by for J.D. Wenzel in the 88 car. Aubrey Taylor in the 10 car. It looks like we settle out here running on out. Aubrey trying to find something to get J.D. rolled in there. We hope Jordan in that 21 car can get his car lined out and get back out here. Liberty Golf Car Special Night. All right, 88 car, J.D. Wenzel. The 10 car, Aubrey Taylor trying to reel him in. 17 car, Jeremy Buxton running in there. Aubrey still trying to find something to get on the 88 car. Just can't quite find anything. Little smoke coming out of Jeremy there. Don't know what's going on there with him in the 17 car. It looks like he's going to pull it into the infield. Gonna get up. 2 laps to go this time by for J.D. Wenzel. Let's see if he can hold it off. Aubrey's finding a little bit more, closing the gap a little bit there on him. The 17 car having to pull in the infield with a little bit of smoke coming out of that thing. Aubrey taking a mad dash, looking at the white flag, trying to find something there to get that first spot away from J.D. Wenzel in the 88 car. Had been cruising out there in the lead the whole trip. Aubrey driving in there deep, trying to find something on him. Well, the track's in great shape tonight. Going to be some real good feature races tonight out here for the sprint cars running with us. Aubrey trying to get him on the checkered flag lap. Ain't making a mad dash lap. Going to try to get beside him. Ain't quite enough. J.D. holding him off in the 88 car. All right. Checkered flag flying for Wayne McAllister in the 17 dwarf car. Glad he coming to run with us tonight. Flag went green flag. Corey Babbitt looking at the inside. Run off and Jason Rivas going to the bottom. Corey trying to get under Kyle, getting a little loose, getting a little air. Just got to race down the back straightaway. Corey's standing to see if he can pull it. Corey pulling into the lead. Kyle's not going to let him have it easy, though. He's going to get after him. The 19 car, Chris Dana looking good there going into that second spot. Chris Dana moving up in that second spot, maybe. Oh, he didn't quite get it to stick. Jason Rivas trying to find his way up there. Kyle Berry working on it. Jason Rivas trying to find his way through there. Got a good race for that second spot. That second spot's anybody's now. Got 3 of them running in there together. Oh, Kyle getting a little high. Chris Dana coming out running that second spot. Kyle, let's see if Chris can hold him off. That dadgum Jason Rivas is trying hard to get in there. Chris Dana looking pretty good, looking smooth through the turns. Corey Babbitt out there sailing in the 12 car. Glued down like a slot car, got it working. Chris Dana in the 19 car looking good running that second spot. Jason Rivas coming away the back, but he's not going to give it easy. Jason's running around the top trying to find something. Chris Dana coming out of the back straightaway. It's a drag race. Oh, Jason's getting a little bit loose there in the third spot. Still anybody's race halfway through for Corey Babbitt, your leader. The race is right there in the second place spot, though. The 19 car, Chris Dana. The 626 car of Jason Rivas. Got the Golden Triangle Speedway. Golden Triangle Raceway Park. Oh, putting a little on. Oh, Corey getting by some lap traffic. Coming in there, Corey still your leader. Chris Dana holding it off in the 19 car. See if he can keep it underneath him. Jason Rivas trying to bottom this time in. He's tried the top, he's tried the bottom. 2 this time by for Corey Babbitt in the 12 car. Coming by 2 this time by for Corey Babbitt in the 12 car. Second place is still anybody's spot right here. Chris Dana out there trying to keep his car under him, looking at 2 to go for Chris Dana. Chris Dana looking at the high side, trying to find his way around the lap car, the 14H car. 626 slowing him down, both of them getting by smooth and Berry. Kyle Berry having a rough night out there, and a white flag for Corey Babbitt. Chris Dana got to keep it underneath him to keep him there. Jason Rivas, oh, he makes a little bobo. Jason trying to close the gap some more. Chris Dana in the 19 car taking it. Jason Rivas diving hard on the bottom, seeing if he can make it stick. Got a drag race down the back straightaway. Corey Babbitt taking your checkered flag, coming by in the 12 car, but here we go. The race is right there in second spot. Chris Dana holding it in there, trying to get it around there. Look at Chris Dana, holding him off for the second spot. What a race for that second spot for Chris Dana and Jason Rivas. And a hot dog coming in there in a 14H car. Y'all give Corey Babbitt a big hand in the 12 car on the rails tonight, doing a good. Out here looks like green flag's coming out and the race is off. They're gone. Aubrey Taylor taking out in the lead going in that first turn. He's leading in there this time. He got a hole shot on Corey. Let's see if he can hold it. Shane got a good race going up there for that lead spot. Aubrey holding on there around there. 19 car. Jason Rivas driving her in there deep, trying to get up there in some spot. 19 car trying to get his way up through. Oh, that's 7 car and then a 7 car getting together there. Trying to work their way around there, a little bump and rolling. 88 having to pull out, having a little issue. Corey Babbitt looking at the bottom. Aubrey Taylor on the top. Oh, yellow coming out, and we got the 14H up there against the fence. I'm not sure what happened. And he blasts. Gets a good start off. You're running. Oh, Jason Rivas getting there a little bit, trying to gather it back up, getting it back going. He gets her back underneath. Jason loses several spots getting in the back of that car, trying to get going. All right. Corey looking at the high side, Aubrey on the inside. Oh, no. Chris Dana getting out of shape, having to do that. Oh. Up in the track, dropping a spot. Shane moving up to that 3rd spot. Chris Dana getting out of shape. Kyle Berry looking into moving that 4th spot. A lot of swapping. Just 17 cars moving on up through there. Got a good race up there in the front for 1st place. Got a good gap between 2nd. Got a race going on for 3rd right there now. Got 3 cars in there for that 3rd spot. Anybody back in 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Jeremy Buxton in that 17 car finding the gas pedal, working his way, trying to get into the top 5. Chris Dana trying to hold his spot. Oh, the 11 car going around with a rookie in it. Nobody getting into him. Rookie having a, whoa, gonna bunch them back up. They're off. Both of them making a good start. Good clean start there. See, they can hold. Corey's looking at the bottom. Kyle Berry looking at the bottom of Shane Jenkins trying to find something. Get in that 3rd spot, get in there. Shane getting a little high. Kyle Berry looking at the bottom, coming in here. Kyle backing her down there. Oh, look here. Corey taking the lead from Aubrey. Aubrey looking at the bottom of the inside, going here back down the straightaway. Shane holding that 3rd spot. Jeremy Buxton moving up into that 5th spot. The top 5. Corey stretching a little on the owner now. It's car owner. Well, there's a tight race between them 4 right back there about 5th place. It's anybody's race. 3 wide going in. Jason Rivas working his way back up there. Corey Babbitt pulling out. Shane Jenkins in that 7 car running the 3rd spot. 6X car, Kyle Berry's coming on. Look at that 626 car. Jason Rivas getting some traction, getting back up there into this race. Putting Jeremy Buxton back a spot, but Jeremy's not going to go easy. Kyle Berry still trying to catch Shane. Corey and Aubrey running out there, 1-2, stretching it out. Corey on a groove rail out there. Aubrey staying there. Kyle Berry still trying to. Shane missing his mark a little bit. Kyle Berry's making a move when he does. Shane getting there a little, got it rolling around there looking good. How about Jason Rivas in the 626 car? Oh, and they're off and running. Good start. Kyle Berry trying to find a bottom on Shane. Jason Rivas looking there, 2 wide going in, M2. Shane on the high side. Oh, getting together a little bit, having to check up on Aubrey, pulling back there a little bit. Got a race going for that 3rd spot. Y'all keep your eyes on it. Kyle Berry looking at the bottom. Jason Rivas running around the top. Shane running right down the middle. Jason getting a little bit out of shape. Got a good race going for that 3rd spot. Kyle Berry looking at the bottom, trying it again. Shane slipping up a little bit high, giving Kyle Berry the door. Can he make it? Shane trying to motor by him on the back straightaway. 2 wide going in deep. They run him in deep. Kyle Berry drags him in there deep. Shane trying to, they're rubbing tires a little bit, trying to get off one another. Jason Rivas carrying the left front, moving up there in a spot. Got a good race going there for that 3rd spot. Corey Babbitt still your leader out there. Jason Rivas is carrying the front tire on that thing. Thinks he's in a tricycle. Halfway for this thing going here. Got a car around. Randy Steinbecker down there bringing out the caution. Woo! Man. Aubrey getting a good start. Corey getting a good start over there. Shane running down there. 7 car trying to find his way around. That 6X car now working his way there. The 6X car going a little high. Shane closing the gap on him a little bit. Drag race down the back straightaway. Got a good race going for that 2nd spot. Corey trying to, Aubrey trying to close on it there. Oh, Shane looking at the bottom. Showing him a tire. Got a race going there for that 2nd spot. 19 car trying to work on that 7 car. Got a race going on for 3rd. Got a race going on for 4th and 5th. Corey out there. Oh, Corey getting a little out of shape. Getting a rough out there with a heavy track. Kyle Berry in a 6X car and a 7 car running a good race there. Shane trying to find his way around there on there. Oh, 19 car getting a little bit out of shape. Corey Babbitt cruising out there, getting in there a little high. Shane working his way there, trying to find some traction, slowly closing the gap up a little bit, I believe, there on him. 17 car, Jeremy Buxton. 19 car, Chris Dana. How about Jared in that 11 car? Jared Flyers first night out in the race car. Corey Babbitt coming up on some lap traffic here, working his way through. Seeing if lap traffic can sometimes play a factor in these races here. Kyle Berry stretching out a little lead on that 7 car. Can't quite find nothing. Looks like they got them lined out now. Not too much close racing going on here. Got a good hump up there they're hitting. Coming around there trying to find their way through there. Kyle Berry making his way and running that 3rd spot. Shane Jenkins trying to high side around that lap car, making it work. By there, Jeremy Buxton sliding up a little bit high. Steinbecker having to go off in the infield. It looks like he got hot in that thing. Moving on. Corey Babbitt, your leader, the 10 car running in 2nd. Kyle Berry just trying to find something to catch him. Shane Jenkins can't quite find nothing. It's kind of like this, just stretched out and running now, boys. They got them lined out and turning some laps. Running some good lap speeds here. Coming up on deal. Oh, we got 2 of them together over there. That ain't good. A lot of smoke coming out of there of Chris Dana's car. Not sure. He's on. Oh, whoa, almost got together there a little bit. Ike. Kyle Berry getting a little bit out of shape in that slick spot. Jeremy trying to find his way around there. 20 car trying to reel him in. Corey Babbitt trying to dodge that slick spot. That slick spot may play a problem here. One going under. Oh, the 22 car goes around. See if he can get back going again. He's trying to get her back going and get her back underway. Corey starts it late and they're off. I'll be looking at it running there. Chunk making a move, moving back up there toward the deal. Almost right back where he went around at. If he can keep it underneath him this time. Jeremy Buxton looking at a spot there on there, trying to find a way around Kyle Berry, running her off in there. Corey coming up in there. Aubrey looking at the other one. Moving his way up there. Looks like the flagman's getting 2 flags in his hand, 2 to go. Oh, Aubrey getting a little out of shape. Kyle not being close enough to make a deal on it. Jeremy Buxton trying to find his way in there. Corey having to check up. Aubrey looking at the bottom. Jeremy, that 2 to go that time by for Corey, your leader in the 12 car. Man, Corey is stretching it out. He's got that thing glued down and rolling. A little bit. White flag for Corey Babbitt. 2nd place car. Jeremy still trying to find some of that 17 car to get by that 6X car. Checkered flag for Corey Babbitt this time behind a 12 car. Let's see who's going to pull it out here in that 2nd spot.
Together. Dwayne Blair sets some loose for green flag racing. Gary King's going to lead him down into turns 1 and 2 side by side with the 83 of Randy Lovell. 3 wide, Tracy Denby Sr. Senior's going to get the spot and advantage in that 3rd place spot going into turn 3 after a great 3 wide run down the backstretch. He's now got the 31T of Gary King in the crosshairs. Gary King's going to push up just a little bit, tries to come back to the line, but there is 22 of Denby Sr. having to get on the brakes. So we do stay clean and green through lap number 2. Denby Sr. is wheeling that car, trying to find a way around Gary King, but here comes the 83 of Savannah. Ain't got time for that level. Majority of the drivers working the middle to the top of the racing surface here in the first heat race of your R&L Truck Repair Limited Modifieds. Move working in the back, the 49C of Caleb Kroom peeks to the inside of Ron Brown. Brown in the 58 glows the brakes going into 1. Kroom cuts the corner from the middle, trying to get a little drive off the bottom, and he's not going to get it going for him there. Back to turn 3, Tracy Denby Sr. almost peeks to the inside of the 31T of Gary King, but didn't get enough. He had him in the middle of the corner, but King had the drive on the exit, and he's going to get him again on turn 2 down the backstretch. King not letting Denby Sr. stay within about 3 lengths of him into that 2nd and 3rd place spot. Mistake by King, gets the car a little sideways on the exit and scrubs off some speed. While the man out front, oh, another mistake right there. Gary King may end up giving this spot away himself. Denby Sr. charging hard. looking for it right now with 2 laps to go. Denby Sr. in the white and red, number 22, B&D Motorsports. You see that car straight slinging sideways on the entrance, getting that suspension to set and bite as the white flag waves for Randy Corndog Lovell in that trackside Motorsports 83. Lovell sets it to the top in 1 and 2, and he's going to end it on the top in 1 and 2. Down the backstretch, nice and smooth. Into turn 3, ladies and gentlemen, and nice and slow on a turn 4. The 83 of Mr. Randy Corndog Lovell. All right, folks, the lights are out. Here we are. Green flag racing. Double file all the way down the front stretch into turns 1 and 2. We stay stacked up. Nice and smooth through turns 1 and 2. Not anybody getting an advantage over another driver just yet. Through turns 3 and 4, we stay clean and green through lap number 1. 84 of Coven Gilly out front. On the chase, here comes a 71 of Chase Breezy. Looking to get a move here on the 18 of John Weibel going into turns 3 and 4. Breezy up atop the cushion, clips the wall, sheds some sparks. And that's going to allow the 49 of Blake Seals to gain in a little ground. But talking about gaining ground, the 18 on the 84 of Coven Gilly. Gilly working the middle of the racing surface. Breezy and Weibel are following him right there behind him. Tracy Denby Jr. peeking to the inside of the 49 of Blake Seals. Not going to happen. 50 of Matt Year pulls into the infield. Top 3 cars, you got a blanket all across them as we are crossed flags. Halfway home, Gilly, Weibel, and Breezy. Denby Jr. with another move to the inside of the 49 of Mr. Seals. Up front, once again, little touch and go there. The second and third place cars are trying to do anything to get around the 84 of Coven Gilly. Gilly has the spot that they want, and he's running the line to get it done. And now, Breezy and Weibel a little squirrely down the backstretch. 2 laps to go, this time by Gilly started outside pole, took the lead on lap 1, gonna go flag to flag. Holding on to this one, white flag next time by, and there goes the 18 of John Weibel, tagging the 71 of Breezy back. No harm, no foul, an eye for an eye, and he's gonna get him again, and that's gonna be the one to really throw the wrench in the whole thing. The 18, good restart there. Green flag comes out, mistakes there by Gilly. Opens the door for the 71 of Breezy. Gilly gets the good spot, gathers it back up here down the backstretch, looking to have a green-white checkered here finished for the second R&L Truck Repair Limited Modified Heat Race. Gilly, Breezy, Weibel, 1, 2, 3. Out of turn 4, put it on together, holding on to it, the 84, Coven Gilly. Good pace set by Randy Corndog Lovell on the front row. The green flag is up and the hammer is down. It is showtime. And we've got them around on the front stretch. We're going to try it again, see if we can at least make it down into turns 1 and 2. Randy Lovell on the front row. Green is up. We are back. Green flag racing. Good group stacked up here in this one. Coven Gilly in the 84 up front. Here comes the 71 of Chase Breezy looking to the outside of the 83 of Randy Lovell with nowhere to go. And John Weibel on his heels. Tracy Denby Jr. 3 wide down the back stretch. Hold on to the phone, ladies and gentlemen, and now he's going to go underneath him. Denby Jr., Seals, and King battling at it, and no, Gary King around the front of the 22 of Denby Sr. And he's going to set him loose right there in the entrance Most drivers wait middle to the exit, but if they could start in between 3 and 4, he waited. Well, everybody else was not ready for what the normal tendency is. Coben slings it down into turns 3 and 4 on the chase. Right behind him, here comes Randy Lovell and John Weibel, Tracy Denby Jr., and Blake Seals, your top 5. Getting nice and tight up here in the front of the pack. John Weibel up top, got to run, working past the 83 is going to be the 84 of Coben Gilly. Top 4 cars battling for the race lead. It's going to be wheel to wheel. Gilly getting into Lovell off the exit. No harm, no foul. He had the line. Tracy Denby Jr. peeking to the inside. Here comes the 49. 84 of Gilly gives it up. Here comes to the inside. 3 wide, Denby Jr. and John Weibel. Denby Jr. moving to the bottom of the racing surface. Gets past the 84 of Gilly in the 69 machine with a big run on a turn 2. But here comes the inside. 83 of Savannah Lovell gets by, and the 69 of Blake Seals gets the wall. Andy Lovell's going to set the pace. Lights around. Leader's going to restart him in the middle of turn 3 and 4. We are back. Green flag racing. Denby Jr. goes to the bottom, loses some grip, has Lovell on the brakes, but he's going to find the grip right again, working past the 84 of Coben Gilly down the backstretch. Lovell looking to the inside of Gilly. Here comes Tracy Denby Sr. as well. Denby Sr. sliding the bottom, and whoa, 31T of Gary King all into the wall, gathers it back up. Battle for the race lead getting hotter. John Weibel trying to get past the 83 of Randy Corndog Lovell, but the old 15 of Tracy Denby Jr. is in the catbird seat. And we are losing some sheet metal in turns 3 and 4. Eight laps down of the scheduled 15. Scheduled 20. Here we are, green flag racing on a turn number 4. Lovell looking to the inside of Coben Gilly. Here comes the 22 of Tracy Denby Jr. into the third place spot. Denby Jr. in the 15 peeks to the inside of the 18 of John Weibel down the front stretch. Spotting advantage is going to be the 15 of Tracy Denby Jr. Jr. right there with another good run off the bottom. Weibel has nowhere to go with Randy Lovell in the 83 out front. Lovell's a little crowded. He's got Denby Jr. to the bottom, and Weibel trying to find a way around. And Denby Jr. way sideways, keeps it from spinning out, but doesn't lose much ground in the battle for the lead. He's just going to drop back to the third place spot. Working the bottom of the racing surface again is the 15 of Denby Jr. A little distance between he and Weibel once again. Denby Jr. finding that same spot in turns 1 and 2. Up front, John Weibel working the top of the racing surface. Into the middle is going to be the 83 of Randy Corndog Lovell, still staying to the same spot. He has not moved lines. In turns 3 and 4, he enters the top of 1 and 2 and drives it off as well. Weibel and Denby Jr. searching for a way around, looking for any bit of moisture that they can to get some drive out of the corner. Lap traffic's going to come into play. The 31T of Gary King. Here comes your race leaders. A wise man once said, slow cars are the ones who can decide features, and that man was Howard Willis. And I have a feeling that Howard Willis will definitely know a thing or two about that. And mistake by Weibel opens the door for Denby Jr. Gary King's going to stick to his line. There goes the 83 of Lovell around on the chase. 18, he's going to come to the bottom, looking underneath and in the way there, Gary King. And that's going to bunch him up behind Denby Jr. Jr. had nowhere to go on the brakes and still gets into him. 83 of Lovell gets into the tire, might have stalled it out. We'll see if she can fire it back up. No, she can't. Caution comes out. Lovell sets him loose on the top of turn 3. "16 laps down. John Weibel in the 18, the 15 of Tracy Denby Jr. on the hunt. Two laps to go in your R&L Truck Repair Limited Modified A main. Chasing our way to Rush Truck Center Victory Lane. Lovell, Weibel, and Denby Jr. White flag waving for the 83 of Randy Corn Dog Lovell. 6 it to the top. He's got pressure from 18 of Weibel. Weibel with a run down the backstretch. He's going to set it up nice and smooth into turns 3 and 4. Checkered flag comes on out. Randy Corn Dog Lovell. Pace, Cody Stacy hanging back. Keeping the slow pace. Green flag comes up. Caution flag comes out. Stacy gets a good jump down into turns 1 and 2, right behind him in the number 3 on the chase. We're going to stay clean and green through lap number 1. Willie Reed on the hunt. Here comes the Bayou Bullet of Ty Johnson. Johnson works the bottom of the racing surface. Here comes the 51 of Caleb Martin. Martin looking to match the line for Johnson on the inside. And here comes Johnson with a good run, and as is Caleb Martin. Martin's going to work the middle of the racing surface. He's going to cut underneath. Johnson not there. Didn't have the drive. Cody Stacy working nice and smooth out front. Battle for that third place spot is going to continue to heat up as Ty Johnson keeps getting held up by Willie Reed. Reed is fast enough to hold the spot, but almost in a way just slow enough to get in the way of Ty Johnson. Cross flags for your race leader, Cody Stacy. Bayou Bullet now having to deal with some pressure from the 51 of Caleb Martin. Martin with another good corner in turns 1 and 2, reeling him in. Down the backstretch we go. Martin sets the car to the top of the track. He's going to work it down the front stretch again. Ty Johnson changes his line up just a little bit, scrubs off some speed, allows the 51 machine of Martin to gain some ground once again. 2 laps to go for your race leader, Cody Stacy. Willie Reed getting way sideways, opening the door here for Mr. Ty Johnson in the 49. White flag waving for Mr. Cody Stacy. Second place spot, what's going to change, if anything at all? Into turns 1 and 2, we go nice and smooth. Around the top, though, on a turn 4, checkered flag waving for the 48 of Mr. Cody Stacy. Here we are. Green flag racing. This time on a turn 4, we are green. Biloxi, Mississippi native jumps to a quick start out in this one, clean and green through lap number 1. Shane Morgan rocketing around the top of the quarter-mile high banks, and there goes the 16 of Cody Tankersley into the infield. Channon now with his hands full to the 21T of Ray Allen Kohanic. This is only Kohanic's second night in this car after getting it finished up, and he is picking up right where he left off around this racetrack. Kohanic is known to be able to fly around this track, and he's just going to knock a little bit of the dust off and get right into the mix, trying to track down the always fast Channon Tankersley in the number 17. Tankersley's your 2018 Gulf South Region points champion, and he has shown dominance here today as well as he has throughout the whole 2019 season. But you know what? This is the first time seeing Mr. Shane Morgan in the 01 from Biloxi, Mississippi, out here at GTRP in Southeast Texas. And you know what? I tell you, he came in here and he is riding the bull ring nice and fast around the top as we are 2 laps to go for the 01 of Shane Morgan. Shane Morgan around the top, looking to sling it into turns 3 and 4. Out of turn 4, put it together for the Biloxi, Mississippi native, Mr. Shane Morgan. That's right, stacked up tight, nice and slow. We go with Barry White on the radio. Reed's gonna set them loose out of the corner. We are green flag racing. Cody Stacy goes to the top. Shane Morgan to the 01 from Biloxi, Mississippi, right there with him. Here comes the 17 of Shannon Tankersley. And way sideways is the 3 of Mr. Reed. There we go, holding on. Bunching them up, Reed, Ty Johnson, and Morgan with Ray Allen Kulhonic looking for a spot to go. Shane Morgan in the 01, catfishing around the bottom wheel to wheel off of turn 4 with Mr. Reed. Around goes the 1 of Morgan. Past Reed, down to the bottom of turns 3 and 4 once again. Ray Allen Kulhonic in the 21T with a run on the number 3 of Reed. And this is the end of your top 5, battling at it for your 3rd, 4th, and 5th place spot. Your Anderson, Texas native Willie Reed getting a little trouble with the cushions, kind of gather themselves up a little bit. Cody Stacy and Shannon Tankersley walking away right now, letting the right rear eat on the cushion. Down into turns 3 and 4. Cody Stacy, Shannon Tankersley, here we go. And we've got a bunch of them in turns 1 and 2. Texas native sets them loose. We are back, green flag racing. Stacy and Morgan go to the top of the racing surface, and Shannon stays to the bottom. And now Stacy knows he's going to be down there, so Cody Stacy changes his line in turns 3 and 4. Shannon is reeling him in. Cody Stacy tries to shut the door. Shannon into the front, hits the brakes, crossover, new race leader, Shannon Tankersley. Ray Allen Kulhonic holding on to the bottom of the racing surface, dealing with the 01 of Shane Morgan from Biloxi. Stacy goes a little hot, flirting with the wall. Kulhonic to the side, and there goes wheel to wheel off the top of turn 4. Kulhonic tries. Gonna set them loose here in the middle of turn 3 and 4. Ray Allen Kulhonic with a slide job in turns 1 and 2 to get ahead of the 48 of Cody Stacy. Shane Morgan in the 01. Trying to work a line to get past Stacy. Stacy ran up front for the majority of the race. Might have burned his tires off as he has slowly but surely started to drift back. Caleb Martin with a good run here, reeling in the Bayou Bullet. Ty Johnson, the 49. Johnson, like a good old blue cat, work in the bottom, catfish in the bottom. Here comes Mr. Reed to the top, smoking it a little bit in the middle of the corner, trying to get past the 51 of Caleb Martin. Willie Reed again into the cushion. Can't make the right rear stick. He jumps it. And we'll see if we can hit up. Here he is. There's the run that he wanted. Right on the edge of the cushion. Lap traffic now going to come into play. Randy Allen in the number 1 to the bottom. Shannon Tankersley in the 17 up top. Randy Allen's in the line that he wants. Ray Allen Kulhonic sees the opportunity that it may present, and just like that, lap car between Shannon and Kulhonic. Willie Reed now right there with your race leader lap down. Both drivers working the top line of the racing surface. Reed, now he's going to be coming down on your second place spot, the 21T of Ray Allen Kulhonic. Kulhonic sporting a new look here in 2019, but we are getting that same style of racing, all out, trying to do what he can to go faster and faster each lap. Working in lap traffic's the 17 of Shannon Tankersley. He's got the 49 of Ty Johnson down low, makes a good move with 2 laps to go right now out front. That Griffith Trucking Equipment number 17 old school race in yellow and red and white, making its way around the top. He knows these quarter-mile high banks very well. The list of feature wins can go on and on over his stint here in the Gulf South region as he takes the white flag. Around the top in turns 3 and 4. Folks, put it on together. Out of Highlands, Texas in the 17, Mr. Shannon Tankersley. Here he's setting the pace through turns 1 and 2. We are green flag racing. 11J of Sanford asleep at the wheel again. Another driver having the same issue. They might have had a little bit of Ambien before they got here. Instead of drinking a Red Bull, need to wake up, not go to sleep. As we do stay clean and green through lap number 1 out front. Herring, Sanford, and Vanderpool. 1, 2, 3. And there's a mistake by the 11J of Sanford. Door to door is going to be the 63 of Paul Vanderpool. Drag race down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. Vanderpool is going to stick it around the bottom of the tires, and with a drive from the higher line of the racing surface, getting the momentum. 11J of Jamie Sanford picking up the second place spot. After Vanderpool saw what that outside line did for Sanford, he's going to move up, stay to the outside of him through turns 3 and 4, and again in turns 1 and 2. Here comes the 91 of James Huff to the inside of Lovell. Huff to the inside of Sanford in turns 1 and 2. Huff gets a little crossways on the exit, slows down some of that speed that he was carrying through the corner. Huff once again trying it for the third place spot, gets the run, but not enough as Sanford still has the momentum from the outside lane. And we continue to have a three-way battle for the third place spot. Huff again to the inside of Sanford. Sanford once again going to pull it out down the backstretch. White flag waves for the 2-1H of Chad Herring. Sanford again with the spot and the advantage. He's got one more lap to hold on to this one. And turns 3 and 4, that's going to be the 2-1H of Mr. Chad Herring picking up the heat race win for the factory stocks. Green flag ready to come on out of turn 4. Dwayne Blair sets them loose. Here we go. We stayed clean and green through lap number 1, holding our breath. That blanket around the top 3 cars. Getting a little tighter with Fantasy Fireworks. Ryan Roberts in the 2R looking to the inside of Randy Lovell. Randy Lovell's got the Trackside Motorsports 83. Nice and smooth around the middle of the racing surface. Slinging it into the bottom is the 69 of Denby Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, great battle for the race lead up top. Ryan Roberts trying to find a little bit of room. And that looks to be something here that Randy Lovell is not going to give him. Lovell holding on to that spot, that line. Roberts looking for the old bump and run, trying to get the old 83 of Corn Dog upset in the corner. Peeking to the inside, here comes Tracy Denby Jr. 83, Randy Lovell holding on, putting a little gap between he and Ryan Roberts. And Roberts reeling that gap back in out of turn 4. Ryan Roberts all over the back of Randy Lovell. Lovell showing the young gun why he's got enough feature wins under his belt as the white flag waves for the 83 of Randy Lovell with Ryan Roberts and Tracy Denby Jr. on the hunt. Into turn 3. And now out of turn 4, ladies and gentlemen, put it together for Mr. Randy Corn Dog Lovell. Green flag racing out of turn 4. It's going to be double file all the way into 1 and 2 and on the exit. Denby Jr. into the wall a little bit. Here's the 63 of Paul Vanderpool slowing off the track with a loose wheel. Over, waiting for a jump. Not going to have any because the green is up and the hammer is down. We're going to stay together here for your factory stock. A-Main chasing our way into Rush Truck Center victory lane. 11J of Jamie Sanford working there with the 69 of Tracy Denby Jr. Denby Jr. now with pressure from the 91 of James Huff. This is Denby Jr.'s first time back in a stock car in quite some time. First night in the car here at GTRP. And right now he's sitting in a pretty good spot right there in 6th, seeing how things are going to shake out of this 15-lap A-Main. Good battle working here in the top of the pack. Trying to find a way around is the 2R of Ryan Roberts. He's got Chad Herring and Randy Lovell right there working the same line in turns 1 and 2, and then they're going to change it up as Herring goes to the bottom in turns 3 and 4. So Roberts stuck with not much room to work with as he has the 11J of Jamie Sanford on the chase. Denby Jr. and Huff get a little together, but they're going to stay clean and green. Double file, they go side by side on the entrance of turns 3 and 4, and on the exit for the 5th place spot, it's going to be James Huff, spot and advantage down the front stretch into turns 1 and 2 we go. '66 of Montelero goes around, keeps it back under power to keep the yellow flag in the back pocket of our flagman, Mr. Dwayne Blair. We like to see the green flag, not the yellow or red. So we are gonna keep on crossing our fingers and holding our breath because we're getting even more interesting up here in the top spot as the 11J peeks to the inside of Ryan Roberts. Touch and go in the quarter panel. He's gonna apply some pressure here with Randy Lovell in the 2nd place spot, followed by the 2R of Ryan Roberts. Roberts is trying to be patient and wait for a line that's going to happen because he and Randy are both running that same line, so now he's going to change it up. Look for something different around the bottom. Side by side, Jamie Sanford in the 11J. Sanford to the inside of the 2R of Roberts down the backstretch. Sanford catfishing around the bottom. Around goes Huff. Huff back under power, keeps the caution flag out. Lap car coming into play. Richard Woolley staying to the top. Chad Herring in the 21H works his way around. Here comes Randy Lovell to the inside of Woolley. And Ryan Roberts goes around in turns 1 and 2. He's also going to set him loose when he's ready. He's going to wait all the way to the exit, and we are back. Green flag racing. $11J to the bottom with the spot and advantage in the 2nd place. Lovell working back to the outside. Here comes the 69 of Tracy Denby Jr. trying to work the bottom of the racing surface. $21H of Jared Herring moves down from the topping groove to the bottom. Jamie Sanford in the 11J working the bottom of the racing surface. He has worked his way all the way from the inside of the 3rd row to the battle for the 2nd place spot with 2 laps to go, and now he's challenging Mr. Chad Herring for the race lead on the bottom. 66 of Montelero goes around. The green flag stays out, and now it's touch and go. He's blocking the bottom. Herring knows that he's there as the white flag waves. $21H of Chad Herring controlling the pace, not giving the 11J any room at all. Back into the gas, cuts the corner out of 4. The 21H of Chad Herring.